Hey everybody, welcome to a non-metallic gold painting tutorial. Here's a couple pictures of the Sanguinar and then a Phoenix Guard guy. So I'm just going to try to walk through this quickly. Here's the Phoenix Guard I painted recently using this technique, and I had lots of questions about it, so I'm going to show you. This is in 2 times speed, so it's slightly faster than real, well, double I guess. So starting with base XV88, and did that off camera because you don't need to see that. Okay, so Agrax Earth Shade. So I'm doing my shade here. So I'm just going to walk through this real quick. There's that Sanguinar tutorial up elsewhere. There's a couple other non-metallic tutorials that I show you, but this one here I'm going to show you in well, double speed exactly how I get that look on the Phoenix Guard, and you can kind of extrapolate that to whatever other guys. So I'm just putting a really Agrax Earth Shade on right over the base, and I'm going to let that pool nicely in all the crevices. And yeah, so this is going to give you a really nice tabletop level non-metallic Baylor brown going on next after that dried, so it takes a while to dry. This isn't going to not going to win you any golden demons, but it might win you a tournament sort of a paint job type of a thing. And as you can see, it paints up pretty quickly. You have to be reasonably accurate, and it takes a little bit of time to practice this, but I find doing units like this with this sort of technique is relatively fast and gives really nice results, especially when they're all ranked up. So what I'm doing here is I'm blending in the Baylor brown over top of the shaded base color, and I'm just trying to get gradients sort of opposing sides of things. So I kind of worked out a technique where it kind of fades to the lightest at the top, and then I'll go back with a really sharp edge highlight on the bottom surface. And so you kind of work out a method of how the shades look and would reflect off things. So in general, I'm having things reflect off the sky, and the darkness is in either the deep crevices or where things would reflecting for sort of from the ground, so where there's less light source coming from. And this isn't like a perfectly accurate non-metallic. It just looks good, and it's pretty fast to paint. So you can see what I'm doing there, just painting the top edges of all those little feather type things, and getting a nice blend on that flat piece there. And I'm just trying to do some sort of a blend on there, so it's kind of half and half, fading in the middle. And every time the brush goes off camera, I'm kind of putting it in my mouth, trying to get just the right consistency of paint. I've seen people use a wet palette or thin down paints and a paper towel just to get the right amount of paint on the brush so it doesn't flow off too fast. Okay, so that was the end of Baylor Brown. Now on to Zandri Desert. And so same idea, just doing the top half of the previous highlight with this. So kind of working from the middle of where I did the last one up to the edge where it's going to be kind of full thickness. So you can see there, that's basically the top quarter, if you will, of this one. The other one kind of faded all the way through to the top 2/3, and just trying to get the edges really bright on that and just a bit of fading. And you can see I'm avoiding all of the deep cracks there, and just trying to get it blending nicely. So at this point, you could probably say the guy's done once you're done this color, but I do go and do a little bit of white edging on things, and that just helps bring things out just a little bit more. Again, depending on how big of a unit you're doing, how sick and tired you are of this, will define how far you want to go with the highlights. The other thing too, if you're doing more detail, the Agrax Earthshade is a quick and easy way doing it, but a better way would be to do sort of a Mournfang brown with lots of lanthanum medium, whatever it is, the matte medium, and painting in the shades that way, and then blending in with the base coat again. So if you were to do a character like I did the Sanguinar, I did more of that type of thing. Okay, now just doing White Scar here. So this is a little bit slower, and I'm using a smaller brush, and I'm just trying to get that fine edge on things. And I'm mostly using the side of the brush, working against the edges of the model, as I'm not actually painting a lot of the really fine line, just kind of brushing along the edge. And that's really all there is to it. If you have any questions, if you want to see this in real time, I could post that. It's 10 10 minutes long, and I won't be commentating because it's not really 10 minutes worth of talking to do. But hope you enjoyed this, and check out my other stuff, and if you have any other requests, please let me know. And there you are, comparing it to the other guy.